Hello, this is Bridget Rao with Divine Essentials. So I have two new decks from Kristen, and so I'm going to do a pick-a-pile here to help figure out what messages you may need to know at this time. This is going to be like a general love energy too. Like we're going to get messages for the general, like what you need to know in regards to your life, and also what you need to know in regards to your connection. But I just wanted to say thank you really quickly to Kristen. And I also wanted to say thank you to those of you who came to my defense today. I saw a comment and a lot of you were like, jump into my defense. So I just wanted to say thank you to those of you. Somebody had commented like, I think they commented it before. They don't believe that Kristen is the one that's purchasing these decks. They also, bashed me and said that I'm just a money hungry Taurus and all this other stuff. But they like me and that they like the way I look. And it was weird. So I just deleted the comment and blocked that person from the channel. But I wanted to say thank you guys for your support and, coming to my aid. I would have commented on it, but I didn't even want to get into it with that. But Kristen says, "Hi Bridget, thank you for updating your wish list. Means more cards to get you. LOL, love and light, Kristen." And hi Bridget, enjoy this beautiful deck. Thank you for blessing us with your readings. Love and light, Kristen. So thank you very much, Kristen. And yes, Kristen is a real person. I can tell you right now that there is no way I could purchase all these decks myself. And even if I could, I wouldn't go through the process of picking them out, putting them on a wish list, and then buying them and doing a note. And I wouldn't pick my sister's name as my alter ego either. So I just think it's funny. I'm not sure if it was that same person who said it before, but I know, I've seen that comment before, like somebody else saying it. So, I'm friends with her on Facebook. She does exist. I just gave her a free reading the other day, but you can choose to believe what you want. But, if if I was that money hungry and that ego-y, I would just buy them myself and give myself credit, because there's no, why give credit to somebody else? I don't know. Anyways, we're going to do this pick-a-pile with pile 1, 2, and 3. I have the Ruby Recorder on pile 1. Pile 2 is the Snowflake Obsidian, and pile 3 is Labradorite. So you can choose which one you want, or multiple piles if you feel called to them. If the messages that are coming through on the pile that you pick doesn't resonate, maybe choose a different one or come back to another reading. I know not all the messages are going to resonate all the time, so just take what does and leave the rest. And, sometimes there can be messages in a pile that not all of it resonates. And again, now that there's 10,000 of you here, of course there's going to be a lot of messages that come through. So it's not always going to be just one thing. Sometimes there's pretty clear messages. These are oracle cards, so it's not going to be like my typical thing. But again, this is just a fun little check-in to see what's going on. So pile number 1, we're starting at 314. And again, if you feel like you want to choose a different pile, or if this one doesn't resonate, go ahead and do so. I have Dream Traveler, Shapeshifter, Trickster, Vision Quest, Gathering Your Tribe, and then this deck we have Dreams, Sexual Arts, Family and Tribe, Temptation, and Sexuality. All right, so there seems to be a theme here. There's a lot of energies coming through with sex and dreams. So I feel like wherever you are right now in your connections with love and all of that, I'm also seeing a big tie with family and tribe. So you have family and tribe, gathering your tribe. So you may actually be connecting with new people. And I'm just noticing the trickster energy. So there could be some stuff going on in your life right now where either old people are clearing out or you're attracting new people in, but there is a trickster energy about you. So it could be coming through in your dreams. Like if you've been having some fears, if you've been having some insecurities, if you've been having issues with people in your friends or family, I feel like those fears, those anxieties may be coming through in your dreams and making things even a little bit worse for you. I don't know, it's like this energy is kind of like, it's like, because I feel like some of it's coming from within, but some of it could definitely be coming from outside. But when you are focused on that stuff, if you're focused on stuff in the external, or you're like, well, when you're focused on stuff on the internal, you're focused on these fears or these illusions, sometimes you start to dream it into being, or you start to see it in the unconscious parts, like the subconscious, stuff starts to mirror what you're thinking. So if you're thinking a bunch of negative thoughts, you're going to start seeing it in your dreams, and you'll start, even attracting people into your life with that energy. But I do feel for a lot of you, you may actually be connecting with new people. So you could have had a falling out with some people. You could have found that there was a trickster amongst your tribe. You could have released an entire tribe. You could be now attracting new people in. A while ago, I stopped connecting with like a whole bunch of people, and within like the last couple of weeks, it has shifted a lot. Like, I've went from not going out at all to having like dinner and drink plans 4 times over the next 2 weeks. So it's definitely shifting right now. So I feel like if you're, here on this pile, you may be going through that too. You may have pushed a lot of people out of your life. You may have ended contracts with certain individuals that may have been in that trickster energy, but now you're gathering your true tribe. But you could be holding on to some fears due to things that you went through. You could have had some people that weren't treating you so well. And if you had a lot of trickster people, or if you had somebody that was shape-shifting a lot, showing you one side and then turning around and showing another side, I feel like that could be part of that fear that you could have inside of you that's maybe showing up in your dreams, showing up in your vision quest. So if you're doing meditations and all of a sudden stuff starts coming into your dreams, you could be really like bringing it out from those unhealed parts. So whenever we have stuff that doesn't go so well in our lives, we want to heal it. We want to do some work to heal those wounds. But in regards to your, romantic partnership, I feel like this is also probably happening there. So you could be dealing with somebody romantically that's been in this trickster energy. It's like 1 minute they're like all about you, and then the next minute they may be kind of just cutting you off, ghosting you, or they could actually be with somebody else. They could have a karmic that's in this trickster energy. It's funny because that person that commented on the video had, a lot of you were saying like, oh, you're clearly just a karmic that's all pissed off. But I wouldn't put it beyond some of these people with this energy here. Some people could be doing that, like, pretending to be somebody else and showing up on social media to like bash you or just to check up to see what you're doing. There's a definite element here of somebody not showing their true colors. And it doesn't feel like it's necessarily all of your people's like romantic person. I feel like this could be people around you, because we have so much of this like tribe energy, gathering your tribe. So I feel like there is a need for you to connect with the right people right now, like the people that you trust, like who you consider family, even if they're not related to you. Those are the people you want to be calling and connecting with. And if you don't have people that you trust like that right now, I do feel that some people may be coming in and you may be tempted by them to go connect with them. But you want to feel it through your soul, okay? So if there's new people that are showing up, just make sure that they're not there to kind of like use you or abuse you in any way. Make sure you're not repeating any patterns of the past. But in regards to your love, I feel like this is, again, more so just there's people in the outside that is causing this energy. So they could have family members, or they could have a karmic person that is, making them like believe things that aren't true. They could be telling them lies, or they could just be really in a manipulative energy, and that could be really impacting them in a negative way. And the other reason why I'm feeling like this could be a karmic is because of the sexuality and the sexual arts. I feel like some of your, if you're the divine feminine or the divine masculine, really, you could be dealing with a karmic that is kind of using sex as a way to manipulate them or to trick them. It's like they're all up in their face wanting to get, busy with them. But when they turn around, they're talking shit to their friends and family about this person. So there's that coming in here too. There's something going on in the foundation of a connection that has really just been sexual in nature. And I don't feel like there's a whole lot of love coming through. But it's like they may pretend, it's like 1 minute they're like, oh yeah, I love you. But when they turn around, it's like there's something that they're out to gain. They're trying to get money, or they're trying to just get something. There's something that they're not showing their true self. And even with the moon energy, there's some sort of secret that is being held, and I feel like it's probably either impacting you or your counterpart in a negative way. And again, this could be a karmic person, like a relationship they're with. It could be friends, it could be family. And with the temptation, I feel like either you have been tempted or they've been tempted in a not so healthy way. And that can really be depleting energy, and that could be why these dreams are maybe not so great right now. I feel like whoever this is resonating with, you may be picking up some messages through your dreams, but I want you to go within, like do an actual meditation and set the intention to receive the truth of the matter. Illuminate who is really there for you and who isn't. Illuminate what may be happening to your counterpart. Are they being, tempted into something that's actually, because people can even take energy sexually. Like there could be somebody that's just wanting to have sex with your person because they have a lot of energy. They're a really strong manifester, and they're like an energy vampire where they just suck that energy up. And when those things happen, it can really impact you in a negative way. And people don't usually place two and two things together like that. They don't put together the fact that they now feel like shit and they had sex with somebody like either the day before or something. But I do feel there is an element here of somebody using sexuality, using this sexual energy to trick and manipulate. Now, for some of you, it could be that your person's coming back around to tempt you in this way. They may want to, and you may be tempted to connect with them in a sexual way, and then, they shapeshift and they turn on you. They bring that trickster energy back in. They may come approach you and be like, oh, I love you, I care about you, I want to be with you, and then they may not, but it really doesn't feel like that. It feels more so that this is something that is an external force from your connection that is causing some sort of temptation, and somebody could even just be using their sexual energy or their power against you without you even knowing about it. You don't have to have sex with somebody for them to use their sexual energy against you in a negative way. Like if you've been just having these urges out of nowhere for things that you don't usually crave, or things that you don't really think about, like if you've been having all these fears and insecurities, I feel like somebody's really trying to mess with you, and they could even be traveling through dreams. They could be coming into your dreams. So if you've been dreaming about your person's, karmic situation, or if you've been dreaming about somebody in your life that you've been questioning, their real motives, I feel like your dreams are trying to give you some sort of message in regards to it, but you just want to make sure that you're not allowing your own energy to trick you on that. We all have consciousness, we all have fears, we all have anxieties, and whatever we're focusing on is usually what's going to manifest in our dreams. So I feel like Spirit is saying that yes, there may be some stuff showing up here, but you're going to want to go within and do a meditation. Don't take your dreams at face value, and maybe even ask somebody on the outside, get somebody that you trust to help you look deeper into it, or to look from a different perspective, because sometimes when we're really mixed up into things, that can make us, only see from a certain perspective. We only have a limited view in the way that we may be looking at a situation or looking at a dream, and how we're interpreting it. So I'm just going to grab a couple of cards from the tarot to see what else may be going on for these people. The Hierophant. So there is a high level spiritual connection here. This is a spiritual commitment, and I feel like your Emperor, your masculine, most likely, maybe wanting a new beginning, Ace of Cups, or they could have had a new beginning somewhere else. But it feels like there's been manipulation. Somebody's keeping them in this Eight of Swords energy because they don't want them to walk away from them. So there's been a lot of conflicting, and this person has been beaten and bruised. They may have some sort of offer to give to you, but they've been beaten up by whatever has been tricking them. I am seeing the Knight of Wands, though, so for some of you guys, it really could be that it's your person coming back around for sexual connection. They may be tempted, or you may be tempted to connect with them, but it may end up leaving you out in the cold with this Five of Pentacles. So just be mindful of that, because I am seeing even the Four of Cups here. This is like rejection. So you may get tricked. You may have some energies that are not so great. You see this Judgment card is like, it's like the good and the bad are fighting. So I feel like this person may come in like the Magician and then disappear, and that's going to leave you with a broken heart. But I don't think that's for all of you. I feel like what could also be happening is that Your person may be feeling rejected right now. They could be feeling like left out in the cold. They may have some passion with a person, but they're not getting the love. Their heart is hurt. They're not receiving what they are putting into it. So they could be receiving a Page of Cups offer from somebody that they've been dealing with, and that could be helping them to get into that shapeshifter energy, and that could be helping them to place these final judgments on, all right, do I want karmic or do I want a divine connection? And they may be coming back to you beaten and bruised after fighting and having to walk away from something that they were really stuck with in their mind. They were really tempted and held back from taking that new beginning into, being the Hierophant, into that emperor connection, rising up into their emperor role for their spiritual commitment, their vows that they had taken before they came here. But like I said, I think it will be different for each and every one of you. So take what resonates and leave the rest, and just be mindful. Like if somebody comes to you and you're not so sure about their intentions, go within and ask yourself. Don't allow your fears and your insecurities to attract these things to you either. Don't focus on this negativity. Just know that whatever's coming through in your dreams right now, it may be tempting you to go to a really dark place, but try not to. And it could be surrounded by sexual energy. So if you're being tempted sexually by people, and you're not doing it for a certain reason, I would hold on to that. Don't do anything that doesn't feel right. Even if it's with friends and family, they don't have to necessarily be somebody you want to have sex with for them to use this type of energy against you. This is just somebody that makes something look really good, but when you get there, you deal with it, it ain't so good. It shifts into something pretty tricky and nasty. But like I said, call on the people, or start asking Spirit to bring you the right appropriate people who are going to help you, and do some meditation to go deeper into the messages that you may be receiving right now in your dreams, and be mindful that there could be some people that are actually going to be illuminated to you pretty soon that have been not having the greatest intentions for you. But let me see if there's anything Spirit wants to say further on that, like what's going on with you and your person. The hole in the soul. All right. So for a lot of you, there could be something that's just been missing. And I feel like it's your person. They have something that's been taken from them. And it's likely due to either a karmic person or some sort of karmic energy that they've been partaking in, whether it's drugs, alcohol, sex. Something's left them in this energy, and they're not feeling too good right now. So they may be tempted to come to you. But you want to make sure that if they do, you don't get tricked, all right? Make sure that you stay strong. And then take off your masks. I think this may be, nope, this is number 11. So they could be coming to you to take off their mask after going through something pretty hard. With the 36, this is the ending and new beginning. We added up to 9. That's endings and new beginnings. So this person may have gone through, like I said, for some of you, some of them could have gone through something really detrimental, something really painful, and now they're ready to take off their mask with you. But again, others of you, it could be that they come back around and they have a mask on, and then when they get what they want, it leaves you with the hole in the soul. So just be careful with that, okay? Follow your intuition, and don't let anybody trick you. Don't look at things and get seduced or tempted into something that at your core isn't where you should be. All right, so I hope that assists you. If it did, you can hit like. If it didn't, you can dislike. I'm going to move on to pile number 2, and we're going to find out what messages you may need to hear right now in regards to love. If this doesn't resonate at all, maybe pick another pile or just try again at another time. These are Walking in Beauty, Tracker, Smudging Ceremony, Wounded Healer, Nature Spirits, Pay Attention to the Signs, Have Faith, Healing, Help from Above, and Discover Your Life Purpose. So with this energy, I feel like things may be shifting pretty good for you right now. This one's jumping out at me right away. The 29 adds up to 11. This is all about discovering what you're meant to here for. And this one, number 27, if we add that up, that's 9. That's endings and new beginnings. I feel like you're coming to an end of a place where there's been a lot of insecurities, a lot of uncertainty, and now you're starting to come into this place of you maybe realizing like, oh, this is a twin flame connection, or oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. Like, you're receiving signs, you're receiving messages from spirit. Pay attention to the signs is here. Whatever is coming in, I feel like it's trying to assist you in understanding something a little bit more deeper. And you have this potential for this whole new beginning where things just really start like healing and growing for you. And here we have number 22, which is have faith. So 22 is like, for me, it's telling me that whatever you've been thinking about or wanting to manifest, it's starting to come to fruition. So whatever has been difficult, like the wounded healer energy, it's like you've released that stuff. You're healing. You're letting go of whatever was detrimental, and you're attracting to you what's truly meant to be there. So for some of you, you could have been in a toxic relationship and now you've found somebody new. Or for others of you, you could have been doubting that you were dealing with somebody that you were meant to deal with, and now you maybe like received enough signs to go, okay, I trust this, I believe this now. And for others, I feel like, even in your personal, like, finances, career, all of that, you're starting to discover where you're supposed to be, and you're starting to attract manifesting abilities into your life. Like you're bringing abundance in, you're aligning with what you're supposed to have. And so that's helping you to heal the pain of the past. It's helping you to transform. And it's giving you faith. You're seeing the signs, you're receiving synchronicity, you're having help from the different realms, and it's just like renewing the faith inside of you. So I think that you probably have gone through a lot. We got the wounded healer here, and then smudging ceremony. It's like you cleared the shit off of you, or you're about to, okay? So if you're still in this energy, if you're still kind of wounded and beaten up, have faith, because you do have help coming into you. You have an ending and new beginning available to you to put the insecurities and the fears, and you just like trust what you see. Like I see this with feminines a lot, because I talk to a lot of feminines, but it's like they see all these signs, all this synchronicity, but they doubt like all the time, every day. They like, oh, it's like you wouldn't see all of it if it wasn't showing you something. So start trusting in that, because that's what's going to help you to heal and to discover where you're supposed to be, and discover what you're supposed to know in regards to your connection. So if you're constantly getting synchronicity, that's spirit's way of helping you to have faith that this isn't your, imagination. This is what you're supposed to be doing. This is who you're supposed to be dealing with. And even if you don't end up in the end with that person, there's a reason that they're there. So just go with it and stop trying to figure out every detail. Stop trying to navigate into the future so far, and just be in the moment and start listening to spirit, because I feel like spirit is really just trying to help you to heal the wounds of the past. So you could have had a lot of past relationships that were really harmful to you. You could have dealt with a lot of karmic relationships, and that can leave you a little wounded to the whole idea of love. But I think that you're coming to this place where you can clear that off of you. So if you're still in that energy, I would like get some Palo Santo or some sage, do some incense, whatever it is. Even just the intention to clear other people's energy off of you. Cut the cords to the past relationships. And then with tracker, it's like you need to track back and look at where you came from and what needs to be healed. Because I feel like a lot of you are in anxiety about the future, when you should be looking to the past to heal whatever was in the past that is keeping you from aligning with what it is that you actually want in this moment. So tracking back through whatever, toxic things you've dealt with, go even back and heal those experiences, like clear and cleanse those energies, smudge them away. Cut the cords to the people who were detrimental. Cut the cords to anything that left you wounded, so you can start walking in this beauty. And with the nature spirits here, I do feel like you could be connecting with like the fairy realms, or just even nature in general, getting outside and taking a nice walk. Like where I am, sun is finally coming out again, and there's beautiful days, the flowers are blossoming. So it's like, just get outside, go connect with the earth. That will help you to ground, that will help you to be in the present moment. It's going to help you to start walking in that beauty. And when you're walking in that beauty internally, everything externally becomes beautiful. So going outside and helping to heal and cleanse your soul can help you to attract this beauty day to day, whether it's raining or sunny or whatever. You're going to start attracting the people, the experiences that you want to track along with, the people that you want to be there, that you don't have to smudge yourself after they leave. You want to make sure that the people you're attracting into your life are there, and you're not attracting any more people who are going to wound you, because wounded people wound people, or they attract more people who are going to wound them. All right, so forgive as well. I feel like that message is important to you. Because it's important to forgive the people who have wounded us so that we can heal and not continue that pattern of bringing these people back around to wound us again and again and again. And it doesn't have to be the same person. It could be all different types of people. But I do think that the potential here for you to heal is big, and this could be even in regards to your connection with your counterpart. There's help coming in from above. And it's likely with the 29, a lot of you could be on a twin flame journey. Like, that is part of your purpose, is to balance the collective consciousness, to receive that help, to be that wounded healer that knows how to overcome those things through their faith, through, pay attention into the synchronicity, healing the things that were hurt along their path, so that you can then in turn walk in that beauty by helping others. And learn all the tools and the ways that, you've overcome your separations or your karmics or your whatever it was. The wounded healer helps to heal others because of their wounds, but they have to heal those wounds first. And I feel like that's what you're doing right now. You're tracking back, you're healing all those wounds, you're clearing your energy, and so you're now able to help others. And when you're in that healed energy, that's when you get into a true union with somebody, because there's nothing left to heal. You've done your spiritual work. So let's see what else is coming through. We have the 9 of Swords, but it's in reverse. So I do, again, feel like whatever anxieties you've had going on, it's coming to an end. And again, this could be vice versa. This could be your counterpart, but I feel like whoever's tuning into this is more your energy. And we have the Emperor coming in reverse, which is a controlling energy. So you could have had somebody that was very controlling, it's like a manipulating energy, and they could have just really hurt you. With the 4 of Swords, though, I do think that you're in this healing time, and you're getting this passion inside of you, the Queen of Wands, to go out there and do what you need to do to get into alignment with your mission and your purpose. And when you do that, you attract your King of Wands, the person that's meant to be there beside you with that fiery passion inside of them too. And here's the Knight of Wands. So you guys may have like this energy where you're not giving up on each other. The Knight of Wands doesn't give up. They are relentless. They're going to keep going. They're going to keep going. So I feel like whoever you're dealing with, you guys have been in that wounded warrior energy, that wounded healer energy. But this is a partnership where you're not giving up on each other. And you guys are like ready to do the work and plant the seeds to start growing and bringing an abundance and balancing things out so that you can heal that pain in the heart. You can heal those illusions or start opening up to new options in regards to what you're doing and where you're going. And I feel like if you're not in communication with this person, you either are checking up on them or they're checking up on you in some way. But with the Lovers coming through, it tells me that this is likely, somebody that has a high connection with you. It may feel very toxic at times, but I do think that there is love here with the Queen of Cups coming through. And with the 7 of Swords, I think a lot of what the problem has stemmed from the mind. A lot of those anxieties were playing a part in your connection. So you both could have had connections with other people that were really toxic. You could have had somebody that was very controlling in your life before you met this person, or after you met this person. They could have had somebody that lied to them, cheated on them. All of that would cause anxiety. But I feel like it's that stuff that was up in the mind that was keeping you guys from having like new communication, and it was attracting this devil energy into your life, and it could have been being manifested through each other because that was what your fears were. So our twins are our mirrors. Our soulmates are people who are going to mirror to us these things that we need to heal. And so I feel like right now you're realizing this. You're figuring out like, oh wait, it wasn't them, it was my biggest fear. And now you're ready for your new beginning of value with your soulmate, with your twin flame, with your 2 of Cups. So some of you definitely will have some reconciling happening, and I feel like that's something you've been wishing for, and it may have been suspended for a while with this Hangman, but while they were suspended, they were awakening, and now they're ready to make their decision. With the world in their hands, they're ready to come out of whatever things were detrimental in the past. They're ready to heal, the separation. I feel like neither one of you are giving up on each other, and you maybe even just waiting and watching for the other one to make some sort of move, or to, make some sort of offer. But I do think that whatever's gone on in the past, it's like if you haven't already healed it, it's coming. And I think nature and going back into the past to figure out like the triggers, to figure out what it is that was detrimental to begin with, is really going to be healing and transformative for you. So I hope that this assists you. If it did, you can hit like. If it didn't, you can dislike. And thank you very much. I am going to move on to pile number 3. Oh, I don't think I wrote down the time for number 2. I didn't. But we're at 30:05 for pile number 3. And again, this can be just, this is going to be like general messages, but we're also going to see what's going on, like through you and your person, and you know what else may be coming on. If it doesn't resonate, choose another pile, and if they don't resonate at all, it may just be not the reading for you. But I have offerings, spirit of air, answering the call, tribal spirit dancer, warrior of the heart, and then I have love, beauty, home, soulmate, and patience. Alright, so let me see. You actually may have some sort of offering coming to you soon from somebody that you've been connected with, just with the offerings coming up first off, and then soulmate and all this other energy here, like the warrior of the heart, all of that. But I also feel that you may have been doing some like ritual work. You could have been making offerings to spirit, or spirit could be making offerings to you. But regardless, I do think that there's a lot of things being offered to you at this time because you've been making offerings. You've been helping other people. You've been in a place of giving, and whenever we give, that opens us up to be able to receive as well. You could be dealing with an air sign because you get the spirit of air coming in, but this is also about communication. So I feel like some sort of offering may be communicated to you, whether it's through the physical or spirit. Something is coming, and it's probably going to be in the form of some sort of communication that you have to answer that call from. So that's pretty funny. But I also feel like this is spirit too. So I feel like there's like a 3D and a 5D. So like in the 3D, there may be some communication that you actually have to answer the phone to. Or there, in the physical, I mean in the higher realms, there may be some sort of spiritual offering that is being presented to you in the way of communication that is a little bit less like, hey, your phone's ringing. It may be through signs. It may be through synchronicity. I just think that spirit is pushing you to answer this call, because when you answer that 5D call, it's going to come down into the 3D, and that's going to ripple into your connection. So this feels like people who are on a pretty high level, you know, soulmate love connection. And I feel like whatever's going on in the astral, whatever's going on spiritually, you really need to start listening to those offerings and to that information that spirit is sending to you, because when you do, it's going to ripple down into the physical world, and you're going to actually start to answer the call from somebody that loves you, somebody that you've probably been patiently waiting for, somebody that feels like home to you. And the warrior of the heart, I feel like this has been something that you've held on to for a long time. It's like your heart may have really went through a battle with this other person, and it could have gone through a battle irregardless of who you're dealing with romantically. I feel like your heart has just dealt with a lot, but you had to go through that so that you could get to where you're at. And now that you're where you're at, you have more to offer each other. You have more to offer the collective. You know, spirit is pushing you and pushing you and pushing you lesson after lesson after lesson, so that you could become that warrior and truly understand what it means to love unconditionally, to forgive, to let go, to release of the things that weren't working out in the past. This is your heart calling you to stand up strong, to answer that call of your soul, and to receive the offerings that spirit and likely somebody in the physical is sending to you. And with the tribal spirit dancer, you may like to dance, but I also feel like spirit is saying, like, get out there and dance, enjoy life, have fun. It doesn't always have to be a battle. And when you're in that vibration of joy and in that vibration of fun, you attract more things that are going to bring you joy and fun. So if you have somebody that were hoping they were going to make an offer, you were hoping they were going to communicate to you in some way, don't sit around waiting for the phone to ring. Get out there and live your life. Go dance with other people. Go have fun somewhere else, Get out there and live your life. Be that warrior. Sometimes when our heart hurts, or we're, in love with somebody and they're not in our lives, we can kind of forget to dance. We can kind of forget to answer the call of spirit. We can kind of put ourselves on the back of the, burner and and forget about us. So you need to go out and start having fun. I feel like some of you have just been at home for too long. But when you go out and you do what you need to do and you start rising up and you're shifting your vibration, you're going to attract to you this vibration of home through a soulmate, okay? And this is number 35, so it added up to 8. This is like an infinite home connection. So it's like you two share a soul. You two share that vibration of feeling home. It's like when you come together, there's just this relaxed connection. It's like something that's an infinite connection. And I feel like whatever dynamics you're in right now are changing. So it's likely that if you're tuning into a reading, you're probably not, communicating with this person too much. And if you are, it's probably not to the point that you'd like it to be. So I feel like those dynamics may be changing. They could be showing up in spirit form right now. You see, like, again, we have that element where I feel like this is 5D and 3D. They may be there. You may feel them. They feel like home to you, but they're not there in the physical yet. I feel like that is going to change soon. You're going to get that offering, but it's only after you listen to the call of spirit. You got to listen to what spirit's telling you to do so that you can attract that vibration of home through a soul back into your life, into the physical. And if you've been at home waiting, that's not the right answer. Get out there. You've been patient, but that doesn't mean you just sit around and don't live your life. You need to go out and explore. Offer what you have to the other people. Offer what, see what other offerings are coming to you. I know some of you have been in that energy and now you're just opening up to love from anybody. And that's a good thing, because when you're opening up to love and you're receiving love from other people, that can attract the love that you've actually wanted all along, but you weren't in the right vibration to attract. So if you're like wanting somebody to call you, you're wanting somebody to, take you on a date, but you're not dating and you're not communicating with anybody, you're just isolating away while you're being in this patient energy, you're not in the right energy or vibration or frequency to attract that love. You're not in the right place to attract that into the physical. So as physical beings, you want to go out there, and I'm not saying like lead other people on or anything like that, but even just go out and buy yourself flowers, go out and take yourself out to dinner. If you're somebody that's open to dating, go out and date so that you can be in that energy of what it feels like to be on a date again, so you can feel what it feels like to receive a phone call from somebody, all of that energy. And like I said, it can be different for all of you. I know some of you are very much open to that right now and some of you aren't, but I do think if you want to attract this happening in the physical, you got to start taking actions in the physical, and you also have to listen to what spirit is saying from above, because it's now manifesting down into the physical when you listen to those offerings and you take action on it. And I do think that a lot of you are going to be like reuniting, but you can close yourself off to it if you don't listen to what your spirit is calling you to do, if you don't take action on, getting out there and start living your life. And with number 17, I would add that up to 8, which is, again, infinite, and it's saying beauty. So I think that this connection is a beautiful connection, and it's an infinite one. So even if you go out and explore other options, it's not gonna, you can't hurt the connection you're in. It's an infinite one. And I'm not saying to go off and like sleep with a bunch of people or anything like that. I'm just saying go out and have fun. Go out and get out of the house. I feel like somebody needs to hear that. Like, just get out of the house. Go out with friends. Go out and connect with nature. Receive the offerings that Spirit's trying to give to you. And I feel like some of you could have been rejected at some point, but that's going to come to an end here. I feel like when you start going out and you start living your life, that's going to bring victory. That may actually be that creative thing that you needed to do all along, maybe even have somebody else see the value of you. But it's going to be a death of the old and a rebirth. You're going to start rising through the ashes, and that's going to give you this new beginning of passion so that you can rebuild the tower that came down. I feel like a lot of you went through a tower moment and something really painful hit you, probably to do with your soulmate. And so instead of going out and doing things, you kind of clammed up and held yourself off. But when you go out and you start building your tower, that can attract communication that's filled with truth. Specifically, if somebody doesn't want to lose you, they may want to come back in and spin that Wheel of Fortune. And, the Wheel of Fortune often means windfall of goodness, of energy, of love, of abundance. It can really be that thing that you've been working hard on creating, coming into the manifested physical world because you've allowed it to, because you've gotten out there and you started doing what you needed to do. And I'm just going back here because I think I saw, here she is, Queen of Pentacles. you're going to attract the true person that has that value, that matches you. Okay, so, and again, I know some of you are open to new people. I feel like this is possibly a new person coming in with the world here. You could have had an ending or a phase come to a close with somebody that you thought was going to be your world, but now you've realized maybe you deserve better. And so now you're going to attract somebody that ripples and mirrors that to you. Somebody that's on the same level, sees the value in you. You're going to see the value in them. You know, it's after this time period of healing. So if you were like closed off, you were just in that mode of healing. Now get out there and start living, because you're going to be attracting the person that's going to have this next level commitment to you. Some of you could have been catalysted to this. Some of you could be attracting somebody back from the past. And some of you could just be already in communication with somebody that's going to like grow a little bit more. Yeah, it's like you're coming out of the troubles of the past. So the Six of Swords, it's all about moving on from those troubles into calmer waters. And I feel like for some of you, you may have had to cut somebody out that was keeping you from traveling those calm waters. But because you cut somebody out, that may be attracting the truth that you've been wanting to hear. You know, they may know that if it's somebody that wants to come back into your life, they may know that if they want to come back, they have to communicate their truth as that King of Swords. Okay, so again, this element of whoever's coming in, whether it's new or old, is your perfect match. This is the person you're meant to be with. This may be the person that took the tower down, but is then going to help you build it up. Or this could be somebody new that is going to help you build it up because you've allowed yourself to embody all of those energies. You're now in that Empress. You're going to be healing and giving birth to something beautiful and new. And I think you were in that hangman's energy. You were, you know, sitting around stuck, and the person you were dealing with may have been in that energy as well. But now you're breaking out of that. You've done the healing work. You had your epiphanies. You're getting into your chariot, and you're exploring that passion with that Queen of Wands. So again, it's like you've been in that energy of all of the queens. You've done the healing work that you needed to do. I think a lot of you are waiting for your ships to come in, but now you've decided you ain't doing that anymore. You're going out there and you're manifesting your Four of Wands. You're manifesting your union, and wherever that is for you, that's, you know, where you're going to. I feel like this is going to be a big time of transformation, and it's going to allow you to work in a partnership of an equal stature. You know, you're going to work together to build something. So if in the past you were the one that was doing all the work, or vice versa, I feel like this next phase is working together to heal together, to just overcome the pain of the past. And again, it's your perfect match. We got the King and Queen of 3 different suits. Like this, whoever is coming, I feel like the final judgment has been blown, and it's like the healing work has been done. And whatever controlling energy was in the past, it's come to an end. You're not dealing with that anymore. The Empress gets her Emperor. The foundation has been built. You know, whatever burdens were holding you back from spreading the wings, I think they're coming to an end. And you're going into temperance, this place of balance, this place of union. So it's a beautiful energy. And look at the bottom of the deck is King of Cups. So definitely attracting your person that's going to love you unconditionally and take that leap of faith with them. So like I said, I feel some of you will be taking a leap of faith with someone new, and some of you are going to be taking a leap of faith with somebody old, but it's likely your divine masculine. The sun energy here is, you know, divine masculine energy, and strength always reminds me of divine masculine energy. But again, here's another 8. So we've had 8, 8, 8. This is something you've been waiting for. This is a strong soul connection. This is somebody that is really going to help you to put an end to all of those energies of the past that just weren't working out for you. So it looks pretty good for you. You know, your soulmate's coming. Beauty's coming. Love is coming. You've been patiently waiting for that, and now your temperance is going to be there for you. And like I said, get out of the house, but answer the call. You know, go out and do what you feel like you got to do. And don't be expecting, but, you know, somewhat expect that call's coming, okay? So I hope that this assists you. If it did, you can hit like. If it didn't, you can dislike. Either way, that's going to help me out. And if you would like to donate, there's a link down below. Thank you to those who have been donating. I appreciate it very much, each and every one of you. And thank you again, Kristen, for these 2 new decks. I love them. They are amazing. And I appreciate all of you. Again, thank you to those who came to my defense on the post earlier. And thank you to all who like, comment, subscribe, and stick around. You guys are awesome sauce. I do have the next day of the new paradigm tomorrow, so I'm going to go to bed, and I probably won't be answering emails until tomorrow night. So I just wanted to let you know, if you emailed me, I'm not ignoring you. I just have a class both days, 8-hour days, that kind of makes me tired. So I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you very much. In Mune. Namaste.